what's going on there, crew? Welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing today? I am going to let everybody get in here. We're just going out of nowhere. Todd, first one, yo. Check out these bad boys right here. Big shout out to Todd. Todd hooked me up. My Versacam print heads are having some issues right now. Todd hooked me up and sent me some of Jackson's team's decals that we needed for a tournament that he has for Memorial Day weekend this coming up. Todd, appreciate it, buddy. What's up, Dawn? What's up, Joe? What's up, CM? What's up, Leslie? Buffy, Mildred, Lil, how are you? Maggie, what's going on? Rebecca, how are you? Harry, what's up, buddy? Patches and Keisha, how are you? Joe, what's up? Stephanie, how are you? Renee, what's going on? So happy I followed through with that llama design last night. We're good to go with that. I feel better about myself. I woke up this morning happy that I fulfilled my agreement. So I'm pumped about that. Laura, John, Nicole, what's up? Marianne, Richard, how are you? Quiet Train, what's going on? AJ, what's up, Rhonda? Yolanda, how are you? All right, what do we got going on today? What we got going on today is Renee automatically blocks that, so nobody can even see it, but I'll show everybody just to show what it blocked since you were calling me names. Can't find the free wine design, you better find it. It is, just go to the community tab, and the link will be in the community tab on the YouTube channel. And you'll see it there. Okay? Yes, you're cutting too deep, Michael. If your oracal's coming up with your tape, then you're cutting too deep. Yes. If it's not cutting all the way through, but it's coming up, then... Did I say quiet train instead of quiet rain? There's no two T's there. I was like, man, a quiet train. I've never seen a quiet train before. Quiet rain. Gotcha. I'm on it, quiet rain. Alright, so what are we going to do? This is going to be a pretty quick one today. What we're going to do is I have myself a visor here. Alright, and with my visor, I'm going to customize it quick and just throw some stones on it. So we're going to cut the Magic Flock Temple. Well, look at that. I haven't even talked about it. And Elizabeth is a new member. Everybody welcome Elizabeth to the TRW YouTube membership. Thank you for the support, Elizabeth. Appreciate it. But I want to show you a couple little tricks that I have as far as, and I think it was Pilar that had the question yesterday as far as getting some wrinkles in hats. I want to show you a trick, and you guys know I was cheap, okay? I'm not going to lie. My goal was to spend less money on the bullcrap that you didn't need to spend money on, and more money on saving money on heat transfer vinyl and rhinestones and shirts and everything else, okay? Where is the visor from? It's Sportsman is the visor, and we actually got the visor donated to us through Otto Hats. Okay, so shout out to Otto for sending us some visors to do in some different videos and hats and stuff. Always see them at the trade shows. But what I want to do is I'm going to show you in the software just how to, with the font, to get it ready real quick. So that font right there, the TRW 130, that I'm assuming most of you already have, okay? Most of you already have. However, if you don't, the TRW 130 Super Small I'm going to be using in the video here is available for 65% off right now. I just activated the coupon code for it, TRW Release 65, 65% off right now, and the link directly to the font is in the description below. Most of you here probably have that font because you know I use it all the freaking time for hats, for visors, for any type of small items. probably the font of what I've customized, because what's also nice about that font, if you have a big design, then you could have Mustangs and then Baseball Mom, real small in all rhinestones. So really, really, really popular font. So I'm going to switch over to the software here. I'm going to show you a couple different things I would do. Okay, so here's the biggest thing I want to show. I tried to pick something that I knew wasn't going to fit on the visor. However, I didn't want to switch to SS6 stones. All right, so a lot of you get that. Now, you can't do it very often, what I'm going to do, but I just want to show you, you do have the ability to do this, which is pretty cool, And just to let you know, visors, I want to say these visors are around, and don't quote me on this price, because when I used to buy them, they were around. Look at Richard. Richard, new member. Thank you, Richard, for the support. We appreciate it. Richard, go grab your free file. You get your 15% off next order of vinyl on the website, and you get the special coupon code this week as well in the community tab. However, visor, I'm going to say around $1.50 range. It's right around that range, okay? So let's say $1.50 for the visor, and then I'm going to show you how much we have in stones. But because I know I only have about probably 5.5 inches max to work with on this. So just, if I grab my tape measure here, go from seam right here to seam, I'm at 6 inches. So I have about 5.5 inches max to work with, because I don't want to get it directly seam to seam. All right? The visor from Auto Hat. And check this out. Let me switch over here to the software quick, and let's go ahead and run through this. Now, I'm just going to come over here to my text, and we're going to do Soccer Mom. And I'm going to go to my fonts. I'm going to choose my TRW 130 super small. Now, one cool little thing, okay? One cool little thing is with this Soccer Mom one, all right? With this Soccer Mom one, here's the deal. Here's the deal. With this Soccer Mom, I am going to see what size it is at SS10 stone. So I'm going to click on my 10 here, and I'm at 5.95 inches. So that's a little bit too big. Michael, remind me about that near the end here, okay? Remind me about that at the end. So, Soccer Mom design, 5.951 inches. A little bit too big, all right? So there's a couple different ways I can fix this. Now, number one is I'm going to come down here to the right-hand side. Everybody see where this little T is right here for the text? If I click on that, that turns it back to a typable font, but it's an SS10 size. So now I can type out whatever I want to see what's going to fit best. So I don't have to type it out, hit SS10, nope, go back. Type it out, hit SS10, nope, go back. It just keeps it all that exact size that you need for 10s. And then if I typed out Volleyball Mom, I would say, oh wow, that's way too big. I might have to go to 6s on this one. So I want to get this to about 5.5 inches. So the first thing I'm going to do that I know I can cheat a little bit on is I'm going to change it to SS10s, okay? And then now I'm at SS10s. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to shrink it down a little bit and go to like maybe 5.59. And then I'm going to hit this button right here, okay? This button is replace all stones with 0.135 inch. So what that did is it actually gave me less spacing. It tightened up my spacing a little bit. But I know this isn't a real detailed design. What's up, Nick? How are you? I know this isn't a real detailed design, so I'm gonna, the tighter I get these stones, the better it's gonna look, right? But that also now gave it closer to the size that I need. Then I could say, I'm gonna highlight that, maybe move it over a couple clicks. Maybe I can move the S and the O over a click or two to there. Now I'm at 5.53 inches. So maybe I shrink it in a little bit that way. And again, replace stone size. As long as I see that everything's not overlapping, I know I'm pretty good. okay? And I don't even care if it rips a tiny bit when I'm weeding it, because I know the stones are still going to brush in. All right, so let's go ahead and highlight my design now. I'm going to come over here to my templates, and I'm going to do my vinyl overcut. So once I do my vinyl overcut, there it is, and you can see I got some pretty tight spacing on this one. Pretty tight spacing on this one. Yes, the coupon code, it does. It brings this font Mildry from $17 down to $5.95. And look at that. I see you using the money bag little emojis there. I like it. I like it. So, have my design. Let's go ahead and highlight this. I'm going to go over here to launch. I'm going to cut plot CM4. Okay. Cut plot CM4. And that's going to open the Cutting Master 4 software for the Graphtex EE6060 that I'm using. And let's go to my settings here. So let's go ahead and move that down. Head over to my settings. And I'm going to do a force of, let's say, 22. Okay. I'm going to do a speed of 30. And a quality of 1, and 1's just your generic basic. So force of 22, speed of 30, quality of 1. So I'm actually going to undercut this a little bit. Okay, I'm going to undercut this a little bit as far as pressure wise on purpose, and the reason why is I want this, I want to see, and I want to see if I show you if I do it a little bit less, I want to see if it actually pulls up a couple of the dots so I can show you something with it. Okay? So, force of 22, speed of 30, quality of 1. So now what I do is I'm going to switch our camera here. I'm going to head over to the cutter. We're going to load the material, or I'll show you loading the material, and then we'll go ahead and cut this design. So, let me move my camera over here real quick so I can see what we're doing over there, and then we'll get this going. There we go, and flip to this. Alright, good to go. I'm going to bring this camera here over to our cutter. So let me angle this down towards our cutter here. So with this, okay, I'm working on, oh, Vanessa working on some graduation shirts. Sweet, sweet. 68 watching, 44 likes. That's not good. Let's go. Got my Magic Flock template material here. Now, with the Magic Flock, okay, 12 inches wide, you can see I have my blue areas for my pinch rollers here. All right. Oh, let me get my mic over. Hold on. There we go. Is that better? So I'm going to go 2 for home. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. I'm going to reset my origin, okay? Quiet Rain and the Quiet Train. Quiet Rain, thank you for becoming a member. Everybody welcome Quiet to the YouTube membership. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. So, got our soccer mom here. Got our Magic Flock. I'm going to cut it at that force that I had there, and I'm using a 45-degree blade with the overcut. But here's the biggest thing with this. This 45-degree blade that I'm using, okay, this 45-degree blade that I'm using, I have had in this cutter for probably, if I had to guess, 6 to 8 months I've been using this and cutting a ton of stuff with it. So it's not a super sharp blade. All right, so let me head over here. I'm going to hit the cut button quick. Alright, here we go. So again, I'm using the 45-degree blade, a speed of 30. So this is about half speed of what this cutter can go. About half speed. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to bring you over to here. With the template, we're going to brush it in. And then I'm going to show you over here on the Hotronix cap press a little trick that I have to get rid of those different creases that you have. And chances are you guys are not going to be able to guess what I use. And it's not foam board. It's even less expensive. I'm going to use our SS10 crystal stones. Socks. Underwear. A sponge. I like the ideas. Alright, so I'm going to hit one here, bring this out. Now, from the edge here, if I pull this quick, see this area right here? That's how I can tell. Like I said, I try to go down in force a little bit, not quite as much force, knowing that I had a dull blade. Okay? So when I cut this at 25, it cut it perfect. But when I moved it down to, what did I end at there, 21 or 22? I wanted to see if it was going to still hit it perfect. But the way I can tell, and you won't be able to see it in the video here, but when you look at your actual backer, the carrier for the Magic Flock, if you don't see kind of little score marks of where the blade's kind of hitting that a little bit, that's where you know that you don't have quite enough pressure, okay? And as I look at this, I can't see any of those marks. So even though it weeded 95% of it, I know that I still need a little bit more pressure, and that's why this one weeded perfect. So that's what I'm trying to say is those of you who are a little bit off in your pressure, it can make a big difference, okay? So find that sweet spot to where it cuts it perfect for the weeding. Now, if you're using a Cameo or you're using the Expert or one of the other cutters with the stepper motors, hey, it is going to be a big difference. You aren't going to get a perfect weed like this. Okay, so just be careful with that because don't expect it from a $250 cutter, right? That's why this is an $1,800 cutter. All right, so with that being said, we have our template over here. So let me move this camera over a little bit so we can see there. And I'm going to bring this one over to our little work area here. Now, with this here, we have our template here, so I'm just going to grab my rhinestone brush. We're going to go in small circles. Once I feel like most of them are in, I go in a straight line, and every one of those are in there perfect. How many of you, every time you brush, if you look at this, every one of those, and I'll grab this real quick, every one of those are in there perfect. There's not one of them that's upside down. And that took, what, all of 5 seconds to brush that in? Maybe. I don't even know if it took 5 seconds. So that's also a big difference of the servo motors and the cutting, because it's going to cut those perfect circles versus the ovals, which the circular stones are not going to brush in as good, right? So that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing, is just knowing, hey, these, if you have your Graphic, if you have your Cameo, your Cricut, or your Expert, the Roland, the Graphic, those are the eventual, as your business grows, cutters that you aren't really going to have to upgrade from unless you get into something print cut or something like that. Alright, so now that we have this, I'm just going to come over here, make sure that my hot fix tape, make sure I have enough of it there, and let's just go ahead and drop that down, lift it up, and now I have my transfer ready to go. So with my transfer here now, okay, what I always like to do, if this were going on a hat, I'm fine, but I like to trim off the top area just so it doesn't have a chance of folding or anything on the visor. So I like to trim the areas, the top and the bottom, if it's going on a thin visor like that, just so it's a little bit easier. And let me grab the visor here real quick. Now, I'm going to show you with our visor here, all right? With our visor here, here's the thing. If I just put this visor on my Hotronix press right now, drop this down. Let me bring this camera down and show you guys. Can you guys see all of the give? All the give that I have there, and see how it forms that crease? Can you guys see this in the video? How there's so much give in between there, and that's why they have all the different platens and everything for this. Look at that. Let me know, could everybody see that pretty good in the video? So that's where when you press it, you'll get that crease a lot, okay? So here's the deal. Guess what I'm going to use? Guess what I'm going to use to fix it? And I'm not going to use another $50 or $100 platen. I'm going to use something else. There you go. That's it. Paper towels. Paper towel. Fold up my paper towel. Right? Fold up my paper towel. I'm going to come back over here to my press. I'm going to drop my paper towel down. I'm going to fill my hat area right here. You can see with my paper towel. Drop this down again. Okay? So I'm just off the edge. And now look at the difference. See when I'm pressing? Look at that. That's such a freaking huge difference. When I'm pressing down in all of these areas, look how it doesn't have any give anymore. So it's gonna, remember when I was doing this before, it just all started bulking up? It's forming with the paper towel, and now I'm not gonna get all of those creases. It's pretty easy, isn't it? Who would have thought? Grab a paper towel. Everybody goes and buys a new 7 different platens for it. Paper towels work for everything. Foam board works, all right? Even if you don't have foam board, you can fold up a bunch of paper towels and use it on the backpack like I did, okay? So, pretty sweet. So now that I have that, I'm looking at my left edge, my right edge. I'm going to come down for my quick little pre-press here. Good to go. And now I do need to, okay, with my actual transfer, I need my heat tape. I'm going to pull this off, and now I have my rhinestone transfer. Old mouse pads, yes, you can definitely use those and trim them up. Been there, done that, Cassandra. Sometimes it gets a weird smell. That's why I went more to the paper towels. Yes, crazy. I was just looking this last weekend. That's a great question, Judy. Do people wear visors? Heck yes. Women love visors. Maybe not you guys, but at baseball fields and softball fields, and especially softball teams, a lot of the players will wear visors. But visors are huge. At Jackson's tournament this last week, and I was kind of paying attention, I had to have seen 50 to 75 different people wearing visors. Alright, so if I go here, I'm just going to try and even this out. That looks pretty good there. I want it to go a little bit more towards the top of the actual hat. Looks good there. Looks good there. Heat tape down. Good to go. And let's press. And I'm going to go about 15 seconds, and I think we're at about 310, 315. I wear mine upside down and backwards. Judy, that's funny. Judy said they're kind of like fanny packs to me. Alright, so you can see our paper towel just kind of formed perfect with it. But if I grab my edge here and pull this, Beautiful. There you go. Soccer Mom, Rhinestone Visor. Good to go. Now, the cool thing about it is even with the tape there, off to the side, you can see we didn't get press marks on the tape. We didn't get the creases on the visor. And the main reason why we didn't is anytime you over press, everybody, you guys hear me say this all the time, everybody wants to press it as hard as they can, and they think that is going to make it stick harder and stick better and last longer. The thing is with a design like this and with rhinestones, the harder you press it, the more pressure you give it, what's going to happen is sometimes, and some of you may have run into this before already, when you actually press it too hard with stones, the hotfix glue will start to ooze out. Has anybody ever done this? And I'm sure many of you have, believe me, I have. When you pull off the hotfix tape, you start to get like a stringy glue sometimes. Has anybody ever had a shirt or a visor or something that you press where you get kind of a stringy glue? That's because you either had too much heat, too much pressure, too long of time, and the hotfix glue started oozing out of the back of the stones. And basically you just pushed it so hard or heated it up so much that glue started to release out of that area. Yes, one way to get stones off of any product is to give it to Corey, and she will find a way. I don't know. That's just it. And Janessa can teach you how to do Bling Anything decals now as well. Alright, so before I tell you what I do and did all the time, okay? Before I tell you what I do and did all the time, how much would you guys sell this Soccer Mom hat for? First off, let's assume it's custom and it says Mom of number 12 or something like this. How much would you sell a Soccer Mom rhinestone visor like this? The blank was $1.50. $1.50 for the blank. I'm seeing 15, 15, 15, 20, 25, 18, 15 to 20, 15, 20, 20, 15, 15, 15. I'm seeing most of you around that 15 range. Okay, let me bring you guys back over here. I just want to show you guys real quick. So, let's head back to the software here. Close this down. Go back to the main design. Let's change that to crystal stones. Click on my... We have 29 cents. 29 cents worth of rhinestones. Okay? Let me grab the hat here real quick. So 29 cents in stones. $1.79 is basically our total cost. So most of you guys are saying around 15. Okay? So let's just run that number. I'm going to run that number for you. Highlight my design. I'm going to come over and right click onto my money sign. And set up a design fee. We didn't need to charge them anything. It was just a font, so we just typed it out. Retail price, we're going 15 bucks. Let's say they're ordering 15 of these for all the team moms. Okay, so we're going to go percent discount. We're going to give them as a 10% discount. We're going to go auto visor. And the visor cost us $1.50. Hourly rate of the production employee, let's say it's an $11 an hour employee. How many minutes to produce? Okay, so to produce this, very simple, right? The only difference, honestly, in what I would do and what I did all the time, this was within my 5-minute rule at events I would go to. So I would have, like if it were something I used all the time, like the word baseball, I would have that as a full template. But then I would have every single number and name and all the alphabets, so I could put Madison's mom or Jackson's mom or whatever on it and customize it letter by letter. And it took me normally about 5 minutes to do a fully custom one like that. All right, so let's go worst case scenario, and let's say 5 minutes. Total quantity being produced is 15. What's your normal overhead cost? We're working out of the house still, and we're making 400 items a month. So if I hit price on this, it's going to process through here for us. And we have $1.50 in visor cost, 29 cents in stones, $1.79. $11 an hour employee, 5 minutes to produce. I have 92 cents in labor cost, 63 cents in overhead cost. So a total of $3.33 per. $15 is a retail, so we're selling them for $13.50 with that 10% discount. It's going to take that employee about an hour and 15 minutes to finish the job. We're going to charge them $202.50, which means our total cost is $49.45. Our business is going to make $152.55 on this visor job, or $122.04 an hour. I'm assuming that everybody in here, okay, all 90 of you in here, I'm assuming that every one of you would be pleasantly happy if your business was making $122 an hour after your overhead cost, your labor cost, your material cost, your blank cost, and everything. Am I correct? If you're not happy making $122 an hour, you are going to be highly disappointed with your business. You should be ecstatic making $122 an hour after all of your cost is gone, right? Yeah, a little bit. So that's the biggest thing. I mean, something like this with visors. Now, if you're doing, and you guys hear me saying different tricks along the line as far as you can do a hat on your regular heat press or this, if you get to the point where you're doing any decent amount of visors or caps, that's when you do want a hat press. Okay, it doesn't have to be the auto open Hottronics press like that one there. It can be the less expensive Max press or the much less expensive, but the biggest thing is just knowing what your cost and everything is, but then your labor and time and everything involved in it. All right? All right, what kind of questions we got? I'll have to look as far as the visors, Judy. I'm not sure because they gave these to us probably about 2 years ago and just gave us a couple hundred of them to make at different trade shows and do on videos and things like that. So I'll look them up. What is it showing the cost of them now? Because I'm sure prices have gone up some on different things. What's up, Jermaine? First live chat. Love it. Thank you for coming. Yeah, auto cap. All right, what kind of questions you guys got? I got about 10 minutes left. Fire away. I wouldn't know a cool visor if I saw one. The visors, or the visors that I really do like, are the ones that have kind of the different color, like on the bill there, just because it adds a lot to the visor versus just a standard basic color. Okay, Michael, so here's what I was thinking about doing, is with the design downloads, making them available for 2 weeks. Okay? Because I've gotten a lot of emails as far as people just missing the design, or I was on vacation for a week. Well, nobody's allowed to go on vacation for 2 weeks, right? So what I was thinking of doing is making the different... Now, as far as the coupon codes, those are the coupon codes. They end when they end, okay? But as far as the free designs, then what I was thinking about doing is making them last. So, like, yesterday started on Monday. It won't... for the free download file, it won't expire next Monday. It'll expire... Or next Sunday. Or this Sunday. It'll expire the following Sunday. Does that make sense? And obviously the whole point of it is we don't want some, like, you guys are paying your $4.99 membership each month, right? So obviously if we just said, hey, you have access to all of them, then someone will say, well, maybe I don't want to use the coupon codes, and I'll just join in 2 years, and then I'll go get every single one of the weekly design, all 100 of the weekly designs for $4.99, and then I'll cancel my membership. So that's obviously the reason why we do it that way, because then that's basically not fair to all of you guys who have been members. But yeah, that's a good idea, Michael. That's a good idea. I'll do that. I'll do that. So just to let you guys know, once I get off the live here in a couple minutes, I'm going to go in, I'm going to make the first 2 weeks coupon codes for the files. I'm going to extend those through, well, the first week I'll make it go through tomorrow, okay? Because that's past that 2 weeks already. And then last week's will go through this Sunday, and then this week's will go through next Sunday. So, Judy, $15 to $20. $15 to $20. 15 is still making a good amount of money. If you can get 20, freaking take it. But 15, you're still making huge margins on it because your cost, even if the visor was $2.50, right? Tracy, how do I become, Tracy, I will show you real quick. Hold on. So to become a member, let me just show you quick. Let me flip screens here. So this is the actual font, and it's in the description. The font that I used here, is in the description of this YouTube live. Just click on it, use the code TRW Release 65 that you see above me right here, and that will take 65% off. I think it makes it like $5 and change. But to join the YouTube membership, the free design for this week is a pretty good one, isn't it, Judy? Just go to the Rhinestone World YouTube channel, and you're going to click on the join button right here. If you don't see the join button on your phone, Keisha, it's because you haven't downloaded the newest version of YouTube. The newest version, the update of the app. So you can either update your YouTube app or just go on to... So this whole membership thing is new with YouTube. So that's why a lot of you who have not updated your app lately, you don't see it. So either update your YouTube app on your phone or just go on to YouTube on your computer and you'll see the join button right here. Alright, we're good to go? And then you're just going to go to the community tab right here, and that is where you're going to find it. That's awesome, Greg. We do Wicking Visor. We sell $10 blank, $15 with vinyl. Okay, do me a favor, Jerry. Try this. Okay, either way, you're going to get the same amount of money. So do this for me, Jerry. Instead of charging $10 for the blank visor, most people aren't going to get a blank visor. How much, Jerry? Tell me how much you're paying for the blank visor. How much are you paying for the blank visor, Jerry? $4.25. Okay. So, Jerry, let's charge $6. Let's go to $6 for the blank visor. Okay? So, if someone does come in and buy a blank visor, right, then you're still making $1.75 on it. But that's not where any of your time is involved. So, if you charge $6 for the blank visor, right, because technically you're only charging $5 for the customization that's taking you all the time and the material and everything, right? So if you charge $6 for your blank visor, that means now you're charging $9 if they brought you a visor, which is pretty good, right? But then if you do rhinestones or glitter, right, now you're charging $14 for. So I always put all of my, yeah, you have to think about shipping costs as well, depending on if you're getting it for free or not. Correct, 100%. Yep. But don't try to make money on the blank. Okay? Don't try to make money on the blank. Make your money in where you have your time and everything involved. It only takes you 5 minutes to order the visors. So don't put a lot of the emphasis on the price in that. Put it on, I have to get my magic flock, I have to cut it, I have to weed it, I have to get my glitter, I have to cut it, I have to weed it, I gotta brush in the stones, I need to heat press it, I need to align it, I need to... That's where your cost is and your time is. So charge them for your time based on that versus too much into the blank side of it. Oh yeah, shipping, yes, definitely, Renee. Shipping adds up quickly. You guys know. And the goal is, I mean, if someone wants a specific, if I only carried royal blue and white and black visors and someone wanted a navy blue one, I would say, yeah, I can do it. When do you need it? I need it Friday. All right. So the visor is going to cost you $6, but because I have to order a specific visor just for you, it's going to be $13 to ship it. So the blank visor now costs $19. Plus, to customize it's another $9. Now you're at a $28 visor. Right? Throw that shipping right to them. And then, or like you guys here, I always used to do is I would order all of my blanks. I would order all my blanks on Friday or Thursday, one day a week, where I knew I was going to have an order of at least $200, so I would get free shipping. So please, don't go and order special shirts for customers and pay that $8, $12 ridiculous shipping price, because you can't make any money on the shirt. It's pointless, and they're going to take advantage of it and do it all the time. And most are one-offs. Yep. Even better than Jerry, if all of our visors are custom, I do them live at shows. Okay, perfect. So if that's one of the main things you do, Jerry, then make sure visors aren't going to go bad. Yeah, you can definitely customize the bill very easily, Dawn. But think about it, Jerry. Visors aren't going to go bad. Order enough visors of your standard ones that you do all the time, maybe a black and white, that you're getting your free shipping. So you don't have any of that shipping cost. Because what's the difference if you have enough visors for 5 of your shows versus just 1 of your shows? I actually had a guy tell me last week that they sell software, but he knew I had the Wizard already. He told me that honestly Tio's stuff was way better than theirs. Oh, that's funny, Judy. I think I know who you're talking about too. It was a guy that we met. Was it, I'm guessing initials AI, Judy. That would be my guess. And they're pretty cool guys. And they're honest about some stuff. Like with stuff like that. Because I've heard that multiple times from people. They focus a lot on artwork type stuff. My fuel for the day. Yeah. Alright, crew. Appreciate you guys coming by. Matt, sure cuts a lot versus Vinyl Master. Oh man, Michael, I will be 100% honest with you. I have never even opened either of those or touched either of those softwares. So I can't say one is better than the other because I've never used either of them. What software do you recommend for inventory tracking and expenses? Robert, I always, for inventory, Equid has something that can help with your inventory side of it. Okay, so I always used Equid, and that was my back end. And then for expenses and everything, I just used QuickBooks. So, Michael, if you're saving for the Wizard, then use whichever one's the least expensive that can do the job. But I used Equid and I used QuickBooks. I didn't do anything special. I'm telling you guys, I tell you this all the time. I did the cheapest of cheap of everything that I could possibly do because I couldn't afford, like Lorene and I couldn't afford the softwares and the this and the big cutters and the nice heat presses and the best this. And it wasn't that we didn't want to have a graph tech or a Roland. It wasn't that we didn't want to have a nice heat press. It was that we didn't. It wasn't an option. And I know some of you guys it's like that as well. Where do we find the design this week? The wine one? Judy, you are going to find it right here under the community tab. I can't click on it right now because it'll show the coupon codes and everything. So right under the community tab. But the coolest thing about me being basically a penny pincher like that is now I'm allowed to do whatever I want, but I do it to help you guys. And believe me, people get pissed at me and other companies get mad at me. Like, when I just showed you using freaking paper towels to get a perfect press on a visor, do you think a lot of companies are happy that I showed you guys that? I'll probably have somebody say, why did you show them that? We could have sold them this and made money. Oh, that sucks, Sherry. Set up notifications for the YouTube page. I get an email notification. Oh, you do, Renee? I didn't even know that. To install TRW fonts, Laura, fonts are easy. You just download the font, and you just highlight it, right-click, and install. That has nothing to do with the wizard. Fonts go into whatever software you're using. I sucked at Etch-a-Sketch. I tried to be good at those things. I was not good. That's funny, Kyle. I am smart. Yes, I am. Alright, crew. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for all that you guys do. Thanks for coming by here today. Remember the actual font that's right above me right there, the TRW 130. If you don't have that, that's the font that I used to create our visor right here today. So it is 65% off with the coupon code right there as well, TRW Release 65. So you can grab that and it's going to help you guys. I'm telling you, it's a font that I use a ton. Awesome patches. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, crew. You guys have an amazing day, and I will see you later on today or tonight on the Matt Salo channel. All right, crew. I know it's always weird on this. I say later, and then you see me here, and all right. So start laughing. Do your thing. All right, crew. I'm gonna try and get it halfway good. Hold on. Let's get this here. Just give me a minute here. See, you're already laughing at me. I see you working. All right. Good here. All right, crew. I will see you later on the Matt Salo channel.